Back at it again, and we have a story from our friends from the north, Canada, and you're not going to want to miss this one. This one's good. Like, share, comment, and hit that subscribe button if you are new. And before I say that line that you guys are waiting for, right, I got to give some context here so you guys aren't completely lost on the situation. So Canada does have a basically kind of Democrat and Republican thing. They also have some other parties as well. But what you're about to see here is the Democrat Party and the Republican Party basically kind of going at it here. And Justin Trudeau, who I'm sure you guys have heard his name before, he's basically Canada's Joe Biden, right? He's the Democrat of Canada, right? He's Joe Biden. And he's actually the Prime Minister of Canada currently. So he's just like Joe Biden. He's running Canada. And the guy that is going to be in opposition of him, he's the leader of the, Republican Party of Canada, and his name is Pierre. Okay, I don't know how to pronounce his last name. I'm not going to even attempt to. So I just wanted to let you guys know who these gentlemen are and why you're seeing them here in this clip. So you have Justin Trudeau, and the guy in the purple tie is Pierre. He's the leader of the Republican Party. Now let's dive in.
So, the high school drama teacher over here accuses others of liking the sounds of their own voices. This from a guy who, if he were made of chocolate, he would eat himself. But we don't want him to do that until after he answers my question, which I keep asking. It's about the cost of groceries in BC and everywhere else. He's right. The NDP has already put in a carbon tax there. But he wants to force them to increase it by almost 40 cents to 61 cents a litre, a federally imposed tax by the costly coalition of the Liberals and NDP. How much will it add to the cost of groceries for the average family? How much?
Honourable Prime Minister.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, I was a high school teacher before getting into politics, and I'm having a little trouble remembering what exactly the job that the Leader of the Opposition had before getting into politics. Mr. Speaker, we have a plan to fight climate change. We have a plan to continue to move forward on supporting Canadians with a grocery rebate, with a growing economy, with great middle-class jobs. We're delivering health care supports for Canadians from coast to coast to coast, delivering dental care that has helped 300,000 kids access dental care over the past number of months, including 1,100 in his own riding. Mr. Speaker, we will continue to be there for Canadians.
Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
Yes, and he left right in the middle of the semester, and I'm having trouble remembering why. Now,
Man, can we get some debates like that going on here in the U.S.? I don't know if you guys have paid any attention to Canada at all in terms of their politics, but I've definitely watched a couple of those in the past, and they're always gold, especially when Pierre's up there talking. I mean, the guy absolutely pummels Justin Trudeau in all of those situations. It's incredible. It is incredible. I wouldn't mind having that here in the U.S. A little back and forth going on. Could you imagine Joe Biden trying to stand up and debate and, Uncle Trump being in Congress and going back at him? Oh, man, that would be incredible. Absolutely incredible. I'd pay to see that. But there's currently a shift happening in Canada that I think you guys are going to want to see, because obviously Canada and the United States, our politics aren't exactly the same, but they're somewhat similar. There is a conservative party, as you just saw with Pierre. There is a quasi-Democrat party, right, as you have seen with Justin Trudeau. And this shift is major. And I think, take a look. As you can see there, Justin Trudeau at 26%, and look who's at 38%. Pierre, conservatives are up 12% over Trudeau. 12%. Now, like I said, it's not the United States. We understand this, but it is an overall movement that I think is going to happen here as well in the United States. And we've already seen signs of that, and I've showed you guys signs of that happening here in the United States as well. I think it's going to happen in other places around the world too, where you have these leftist Democrat types who are pushing these terrible policies and trying to make excuses for, you know, the terrible standard of living. Oh, well, it's because of this. Oh, well, it's because of that. Nah. See, when these other conservatives were running things, it wasn't that way. Okay. And once we win these next elections, because I believe Canada has an election coming up, not next year, but in 25. I could be wrong. I looked it up a while back because I was just curious as far as, you know, the Canadian political structure and how it all works. I think I saw something about they have an election coming up within the next 2 years. And obviously we have an election coming up here soon as well. And when the shift happens and we elect Uncle Trump, and they elect Pierre, I don't think we're ever going to turn back because people are going to remember this time. And when people forget this time, people like me are going to remind them, oh, you remember when Joe Biden was running the United States and how terrible it was? And I'm sure people in Canada are going to remind individuals of the same thing. Oh, you remember Justin Trudeau was running the show and how terrible it was? Nah, we ain't going back to that. Keep Pierre in there. Nah, we ain't going back to that. Elect another Republican, okay? Right? But you guys got to hear this interview with Pierre because he destroys this leftist with precision. I mean, he mercilessly like destroys this man. You got to check it out. Listen, check this out.
On the topic, I mean, in terms of your sort of strategy current.
I'm sorry. Just the way he's munching on the apple. I'm rewinding back. I apologize. I'm laughing.
On the topic, I mean, in terms of your sort of strategy currently, you're obviously taking the populist pathway.
What does that mean?
Well, appealing to people's more emotional levels, I would guess. I mean, certainly you tap very strong ideological language quite frequently.
Like what?
Left wing, you know, this and that, right wing. You know, I mean, it's that type of ideological thing.
I never really talk about left or right.
Anyways, I
don't really believe in that.
Okay, a lot of people would say that you're simply taking a page out of the Donald Trump book.
Like which people would say that?
Well, I'm sure a great many Canadians, but
like who?
I don't know who, but
well, you're the one who asked the question, so yeah. You must know somebody.
Okay, I'm sure there's some out there, but anyways, the point of this.
Excuse me. I apologize about the coughing. But my goodness, is that hilarious? Like who? What? You can tell this guy that's trying to interview him just has a note card that some higher up, his boss gave him. Hey, make sure you hit these points here. And he didn't give him anything to back it up. Just make sure you say these things. Make sure you hit these talking points. Make sure you emphasize these lines right here. And Pierre's just asking the question. Oh, yeah, some people would say that you're like Donald Trump. Who are these people? Who? Like who? Who are you speaking about? I'm sure you know somebody because you asked the question. And the guy just starts with well, I mean, you know, I'm going to rewind it back just a little bit and we'll jump back in.
But
well, you're the one who asked the question, so yeah. You must know somebody.
Okay. I'm sure there's some out there, but anyways, the point of this question is, I mean, why should Canadians trust you with their vote, given, you know, not just the sort of ideological inclination in terms of taking the page out of Donald Trump's book, but
what are you
also
talking about? What page? What page? Can you give me a page? Give me the page. You keep saying
in terms of turning things quite dramatically in terms of Trudeau and the left wing and all of this. I mean, you make quite a, you know, it's quite a play that you make on it. So I'm
not
just
sure.
wondering.
I don't know what your question is.
Then forget that. Why should Canadians trust you with their vote?
Common sense. Okay. Common sense for a change. We're going to make common sense common in this country. We don't have any common sense in the current government. You know, the guy prints $600 billion, grows our money supply by 32% in 3 years. That's growing the money 8 times faster than the economy. No wonder we have the worst inflation in 4 decades. I'm going to cap spending, cut waste, so that we can balance the budget and bring down inflation and interest rates. You'll want to be able to pay your mortgage again? You want to be able to afford rent? Then you have to vote for Pierre Poilievre, because I'm the only one with a common sense plan that will bring back the buying power of your paycheck.
Y'all can't tell me that was hilarious. What page? Tell me what page. Who are these people? And he was simply just asking a question, and the guy just turned into a bumbling, stumbling mess. I mean, it was incredible. Absolutely incredible, man. Hey, listen, loved it. Pierre Poilievre, that's apparently how he pronounces his name, because he said his last name there in that clip. Poilievre. Shout out to Pierre Poilievre. We need some politicians here in America more like Pierre Poilievre, okay? Love it. I mean, we do have a few, Matt Gaetz in the crew. But man, I wouldn't mind a Pierre Poilievre here as a Republican as well. Like who? What page? You keep talking about this page. What page? While he's just casually just munching on an apple. What page? You keep talking about this page. I need to know what page. Excuse me. Incredible stuff, man. Incredible stuff. Absolutely love to see it. Love to hear it. And I love to see the shift happening in Canada as well, right? The shift from the Democrat policies to the Republican led policies or conservative led policies. Love to see it. I would love to see the entire country run by, conservatives. I think that would, or the entire world, the entire country. Goodness gracious. I mean, I would love to see the entire country run by conservatives as well. Conservatives in every district, every state, right? Uncle Trump at the helm, in the president's seat. I think this country would be absolutely incredible if that were the case. We just got to convince some of these big cities to stop just blindly voting Democrat for no gosh darn reason. I don't understand it. I don't get it. Don't get it at all. Especially when these big, dense cities, there's so many people that vote Democrat that they turn an entire state blue, right? You got these small pockets of Democrats that cause an entire state to go blue when the rest of the state is blood red, right? And you just got these little pockets of blue that cause the entire thing to just go blue, which is just absolutely terrible stuff. But anyway, y'all let me know what you thought about this one in the comment section below. Like, share, comment, hit that subscribe button before you go. Thanks for tuning in, family. Peace and love. I'm out.